Welcome to the Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman. Joining us right now on the phone from New York City is one of the most successful and prolific television producers of the last quarter century. He's an Emmy Award winner. His name is Dick Wolf, and we're honored to have him with us. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, John.
All right, so you're out with a new TV series called Chicago PD, and also a new book called The Execution. Let's start with the TV series, Chicago PD. I read this is a spin-off from Chicago Fire, a successful show. What makes Chicago such an attractive location for you to tell some of these stories?
Well, I suppose there are two parts to that. The cooperation from the city has been fantastic. We had decided we wanted to go to Chicago, and the mayor and the fire department and the other various departments in L.A. have literally rolled out the red carpet for both shows, and we've gotten unbelievable cooperation and help, and it's helped the reality of the show because for example, whenever you see firefighters who are not our firefighters, they're actual off-duty Chicago firefighters, and that helps in terms of the verisimilitude of the show, but also these guys actually look like they know how to take a hose off a truck, which, is hard to find in extras.
And I have some firefighters in my family, and they'll be, I know a lot of these guys, they'll be the first to make fun of you if you don't do those types of things right on TV.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that actually we're really proud of, that we're using most of the firefighting techniques, and what happens on that show are incredibly accurate. And for example, there's an episode coming up where somebody has fallen down a chimney on top of a building because they were trying to take pictures of the skyline and got up too high and fell into this thing. And the way they got him out, several firefighters saw this and said, wow, that is exactly right. And I'd never seen it anywhere before.
And it seems like the bar continually gets higher from audiences, too, when it comes to authenticity.
Oh, yeah. But the technical advisor on fire is a battalion chief named Chick, who is Chief Chikarotis, who has been on the fire department for around 35 years. But interestingly enough, John Roman, who is the wine producer in Chicago, who we've worked together for 15 years, but before he was working for me, he had ended up, one of the movies he had done was Backdraft, and Chick had been the technical advisor on that. That's 20 years ago. So there is a long history between John and Chick of how to put fire on film, and the results are that we get very high praise from actual firefighters, which is the best compliment you can get.
And I'm sure the audience will love that you're going to carry that through with the new Chicago PD series as well. We also got to talk about this book, The Execution, coming out. But first, I want to ask you, what is out today? And what is the secret to being, a successful storyteller across multiple platforms like you've been able to do?
Well, I think there are horses for courses, and the books came out of a desire to tell some bigger stories. That on 9/11, we were 2 weeks away from doing a 5-hour miniseries called Terror for NBC, which started in an al-Qaeda training camp in Afghanistan with 10-year-olds saying death to America, the brother of one of them coming in because he was going to America to become a great hero. Cut to him and 3 other guys driving across the Canadian border, where they came into Manhattan, set off a bomb under the shuttle, killed 2,500 people, and then released anthrax 2 days later. And as I said, on 9/11, we were supposed to start shooting on 9/25. So that was a story that incorporated all 3 Law and Order casts and was a huge undertaking. But since that period, the miniseries went away. So the ability to do a story of that scope really didn't exist on television.
It just shows you how, challenging the timing of everything can be with this type of stuff. And
it's hair trigger. I mean, it's you can get burned, or you can be anticipatory and do things that, how did they know that was going to happen?
And
but the novel is, the novels are a longer commitment, but we're trying to still maintain sort of a cutting-edge mentality on the storytelling. But essentially, the books came about because there wasn't a venue to tell stories this large.
And you're really one of, and just bear with me because you might scratch your head on this one, but I would call you one of the pioneers of reality TV in that you popularized this whole rip from the headlines type thing. And I would say maybe some of those shows might even be more realistic than the so-called reality TV that we see today. But
not ours. Have you seen Cold Justice?
I'm not talking. I'm talking. I don't want to name any other shows, but
okay.
I'm sure you can probably fill in the blanks there. But when I assume that's still a strategy you look for, and you look for current events that kind of resonate with the American audience. What are your sources for these types of stories? What's your favorite newspaper to pick up, and what are some of the other things that you take a look at?
Well, one of the things that I would self-describe myself as a cornucopia of seemingly useless information. That I've been an information junkie my entire adult life. I don't know, favorite newspapers has to be probably, if you said, what's your favorite newspaper, I'd probably say the Post because of the headlines. That when I sold Law and Order, Brandon Tartikoff said, so what's the Bible for the show? I said, the front page of the New York Post.
Love it, love it. Got to love the Post headlines for sure.
Well, the greatest headline, in my opinion, ever written, headless body found in topless bar. Can't do better than that.
Dick Wolf, thanks for being with us. The new show, Chicago PD, debuts this week on NBC. The new book, The Execution, is out this week as well. Pleasure having you with us here at Newsmax.
Thanks a lot, John.
And thank you for watching Newsmax TV.